Hello friends, in this video I will explain how to create our first MVC application. In this video we will learn how to create a new ASP.NET MVC project, adding the first controller, creating and rendering a view, and adding dynamic output in the application. We will use Visual Studio 2013 for create the MVC application. I am going to start by creating a new MVC application project in Visual Studio. Select New Project from the File menu. This will open a new project dialog. Now we select the ASP.NET Web application and set the name of the new project to First MVC App and click OK button to continue. Here you can see that another dialog box is open. This will ask for which type of project we want to create. I am going to select the empty option and check the MVC box in the Add Folder and Core Reference section. Click OK. This will create the basic MVC project with the minimal predefined content. Now open the Solution Explorer. Here you will see a number of files and folders displayed in the Solution Explorer window. This is the default project structure for a new MVC project. Let's try to run this application. Here you can see the result. The server generated a 404 not found error because we created the empty project and the application does not contain anything to run. Now stop the application. Now we will add a controller in the project. We right click the controller folder in the Solution Explorer window and choose the Add, then Controller from the pop-up menu. Here Add Scaffold dialog appear. We select the MVC controller empty option and click the Add button. The Add Controller dialog will appear. We will set the name to Home Controller and click the Add button. Visual Studio will create a new C# file in the controller folder called homecontroller.cs. Here you can see that the class is called homeController and it is derived from the controller class, which is found in the system.web.mvc. Now let's make some simple changes to a controller class. I change the action result to string. And now change the return message to hello, this is my first MVC application. Here I have changed the action method called index so that it return a string hello, this is my first MVC application. Now run this project. Here browser will display the result of index action method. Here you can see that the message hello, this is my first MVC application is printed. This output is not HTML. It is just the string. To produce an HTML response to the browser request, I need to add a view. Let's go over the Visual Studio again and let's stop the application and revert back all the changes. When I return a view result object from an action method, I am instructing MVC to render a view. This action method tells MVC to render the default view to the action. If we run the application at this point, we can see that the MVC framework trying to find a default view to use in the browser. We can see that an error message displayed. This error message is quite helpful. It explains not only the message could not find a view for the action method, but shows where it looked. Now let's create a view. I stop the project. For creating a view, right click anywhere in the definition of the index action method in the code editor window for the home controller.cs file and select add view from the pop-up menu. Visual Studio displayed the add view dialog. Now set the view name is index. This name is same as the action method which is associated with. Set the template is empty without model and leave the create as a partial view and use a layout page checkbox as unchecked. Click add. Visual Studio has created a file called index.cshtml in the view/home folder. In the index.cshtml, we can see that the file mostly contains the HTML. Now I have edited some contents. For example, I have added hello, this is my first MVC application. Now again start our application. Here you can see that our application rendered the message over the HTML. For seeing the HTML, you right click over the view page source, so you can see that the complete HTML view are showing here. The whole point of the web application platform is to construct and display a dynamic output. In MVC, it is the controller's job to construct some data and pass it to the view, which is responsible for render it to HTML. One way to pass data from the controller to the view is using viewBag object, which is the member of the controller base class. I provide data for the view when I assign a value to the viewBag.greeting property. Here you can see that this is my viewBag.greeting property. In this property, I have checked it out. The hour should be less than 12, so it would be good morning, and greater than 12 it should be a good afternoon. So viewBag.greeting has been set the value a good morning, a good afternoon. This viewBag.greeting property allow me to pass the data from the controller to the view. I use viewBag.greeting property in the view page of the index.cshtml to get the data value of the viewBag.greeting. Now let's execute this project and find out what result will be rendered over the browser. Here you can see that it's a printing a good afternoon before the hello, this is my first MVC application. In this video, we have learned how to create a new ASP.NET MVC project, add a controller, create a render view, and add some dynamic output over the application. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please provide your feedback on info@talenttuner.com. Thank you.